Hey everyone, good evening and welcome to the Jiminy Flip It live chat show. I'm your host, Jiminy Flip It. Marty going by Jiminy Flip It, and I hope everybody had a great day. We're back in our Monday time slot. After last week, we had a quick, a one-time Friday night show, but we're back to our usual spot here at 7 p.m. Eastern on Monday night. Going to bring in, without any further ado, my special guest this evening, Mr. Travis Griffin with Biodigital Jazz. Hey, Travis.
Hey, Marty, how's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. Doing a lot
Good,
better.
good. Hello, Winter Crow. How are you? Say hi to everybody. We have a few people in here.
And these are the guys, you pay them more money to show up to get the chat started, right? Because that's like for the algorithm or something?
Exactly. You're not supposed to tell people that. You're not supposed to tell people that. That's secret info.
Well, it's just Eric and Winter, and they already got paid.
That's all right. Yeah, I know. This is all free work you're doing. Hey, Eric, how you doing? Very long day. Oh, yeah? What happened?
Oh, we got echo.
We got some echo. Who's echoing, Winter Crow? Both of us? We had a little sound kerfuffle prior to going live.
We thought we fixed it.
We thought we fixed it. Apparently, we couldn't be more wrong.
We suck at this.
Nah. I'm a pro.
The questions.
Hey, Artie, Mike,
how are you? Don't care about any echo.
Yeah. Let's get down to what really matters. Hold on. I just want to make sure. Who's echoing, guys?
Maybe it's because I was repeating what you said.
Talk, Travis, she says.
Talk, Travis, so I know. Am I still echoing?
Marty
is echo.
Whoa.
Sweet. Good job.
All right. Sorry about that.
Mr. Echo. There's only like a couple settings.
Yeah, I know. That's why it always baffles me why things like this happen, because you're right. There's only a couple of settings. Can you guys hear me?
You're a little quieter.
I'm a little quieter. How about that?
Now it's kind of a sexy quiet, but I like it.
You like it. All right. Chicks dig it.
Yeah.
1 2 1 2. No echo, but now I'm too quiet. Well, 1 2. Nothing like testing the equipment live, everybody.
This is what brings them in, man.
We do this, it's live TV.
Is it kind of our thing?
I guess it is.
Gimmick.
You always start off with a train wreck, and then it progressively gets better. Echo still.
Echo still.
All right, hold on. How about now? I actually hear myself in your speaker.
That's how I was last week.
Echo is back with a vengeance.
Maybe it's a matter of me not echoing. Let me switch to my other microphone, because that seemed to fix it last time.
Okay. Talk amongst yourself. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Echo is back.
Yeah, Artie Mike doesn't have an echo. I know that.
Oh no?
No, he sounds great.
Oh.
Okay. How's that? I switched things just now.
You sound fantastic on my side.
I sound fantastic on my side.
Well, you know. Shea Stadium in the 7th. There you go.
Oh. Oof.
Now batting. The first baseman. Number 24. Willie Montañez.
Oh, that's before my time. I was thinking Keith Hernandez, but I guess he was 80s.
Love Keith Hernandez.
That was the all cocaine team.
We got home, Winter Crow, at, let's say, about 6:15. I'm sorry, I'm not ignoring everybody's questions. We just want to see if the sound is fixed yet. If you could let us know, I'd appreciate it. Because we sound good to each other, but if it's not going out, you know.
I don't know if Eric's just screaming yes because, I don't know, he won the lotto, or sound is great, or he agreed. Damn it. Oh, still echo.
No, still echo. And it's just me?
All right, how about now?
Go into my audio one more time. Like Travis said, there's like 2 settings. There's no reason for it to be echoing. I do this thing all the time.
Do you have the YouTube playing on another stream or anything?
No.
Okay.
No. Just you. Hey, better? Okay.
Hey.
No echo.
Is it official? Can we start the show?
It could be a StreamYard thing, everybody. It could be a StreamYard thing. When in doubt, blame somebody else. You know, it could definitely be a StreamYard. Because I actually didn't do anything. I didn't change a thing.
I did a little magic.
You did a little voodoo?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well, great.
But you just made me think of something. Let me go.
That's actually all we had to talk about. So.
Yeah. Have a great night, everybody.
That's the agenda, folks. Thanks for coming on in.
Rock and roll. You get to see a profile as I try to fix something else.
Don't break it. It's working.
No, I'm not going to change anything. Start your engines. There we go. All right. Well anyway, sorry, everybody. Thank you for bearing with us.
Hey, CJ. Thanks for joining.
Hey, CJ. Good now. Thank you. And I saw CJ. I saw Winter Crow. I saw, of course, Travis. I think there might have been somebody else just watched the premiere at 6 o'clock of the new video. I just want to know what you guys thought about doing What's Sold. I sarcastically wrote the obligatory video because it seems like everybody does it, but I guess it's popular to do something like that. And it kind of shows off what all that hard work, you know, what the payoff is at the end, I guess, right?
It was short and sweet.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, it was like 7 minutes.
I liked it because it was specifically about a certain niche, and it's a niche you've both talked about in your live, and it's a niche you also, you know, built your own little library of how-to videos on. So I feel like, and I am certainly slightly biased, but I feel like it's definitely warranted to see that every week or every couple weeks or whatever.
Oh, thank you.
Because that validates all the effort you showed and people are trying to do. Like, I don't know if it was Sarah who immediately went out and posted a whole bunch of ads. So it's good to see.
Okay, cool. I appreciate that. That was my thought. I hope that maybe people would follow that same line of thinking like you just did. You liked it too, CJ? Thank you.
And it is nice and short, right? It's a cool short thing. You talk a little bit about it, why it probably sold. I love that stuff.
Oh, cool. I appreciate that. And if you notice, there was a couple of videos. I think I mentioned that I think we had listed them together on some of those live listing shows like very recently. So it shows you how. But then I had one ad. The last one actually was the RC Cola with Betty Grable. I've had that up for probably a year. And I knew right away because of the picture. If you watch the video, I explained I didn't have the flatbed yet, the flatbed scanner. So I had to like do half a page at a time. So some of my older listings, it's instead of my usual one nice HD photo, if you will, I have like a half a page. So I have 2 or 3 photos. And that was one of them. But I'm glad to see that finally went. But you're still $15 for half a page.
That's pretty, now,
pretty cool.
Do you still, for half a page ads, because I was curious.
Yeah.
You keep the full page. You don't slice it or cut it out.
I do it because I want to give them the option. If they want to, if the buyer wants to cut it out, you know what I mean? But I think, you know, I say that, and I think that originally when I did it, I would cut them out. And then I kind of, as time went on, just for convenience actually for myself, because when I put them,
it's less work, right?
It's less work. And also when it's in those clear bags that I showed everybody, when I store them and stuff, like it would have a tendency to fall to the side or whatever. And I was worried about it getting damaged potentially. So I figured I'll just keep it as a whole page. And then everybody else kind of gets, you know, when they buy it, if they want to slice it up, they can do that.
That's absolutely right. Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah, Robin Hood. That's right. Me too, Winter Crow. I thought Betty Grable would have been automatic, but everything sells over time, and that's the name of the game here. I try to get volume up of these things. Again, if we're just focusing on print ads, which is not all I do, but it's kind of the specialty at the moment, which is fine. Yeah, I just want to have a lot of volume, and we'll sell a few every single day, and some might be from a year ago, and some might be from a day ago. We sold today. We sold like 3 or 4 that I had literally just listed on yesterday, when I got home. So that was really cool. Yeah. Doesn't really seem to be a rhyme or reason. But I was surprised. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, when I look at some of my initial first listings from a couple years ago when I started this racket, it's akin to like finding pictures of yourself like your freshman or sophomore year of high school.
Yeah.
When you thought you were like, yeah, I'm baller. I'm king baller now. And you look at those, you're like, what a dork, right?
Yeah.
And so those are my initial pictures. You got pictures on, I knew you put it on a white background, but it was like a folded and wrinkled sheet where you can see all the wrinkles and stuff. So yeah, I know what you mean when you see something, you're like, wow, that's sold. That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, it should have, as what Crow just said, it should have sold a whole lot sooner, but it was probably my fault for not having it properly photographed. First of all, it was kind of half done, half a face. And so, and this is another dilemma I face with sometimes. I probably have, I don't know, maybe 100 or so of them. Like, it's a pretty small portion of my total ads that are up that still have that double page nonsense. Technically, I probably could go back and just rescan them. I don't know if it's worth it though. I think haven't we heard a few people mention? I think if you put a new photograph on though, it kind of bumps up the
you can't. I mean, but it's like, all right, I already put 100% of the work into it.
Exactly.
You've got a list of 20,000 sitting there for the next thing. Just because it had a bad photo doesn't mean that's the particular reason it sold. It didn't sell.
Yeah,
I would just. I mean, if it's like a big dollar one, sure, right?
Yeah.
Maybe go back and re-examine it. But otherwise, I say keep moving forward.
Yeah, you're right. That kind of proved it, right? It sold anyway. It's not like it was a bad photo necessarily. It's just when you have a standard sort of now that I've been living with for like a year or so, where it's always really good. It's always on one photo.
You're like a machine now.
Well, it's you revise things and you find out what works, and so this kind of goes back. Travis,
just like in high school.
Specialty.
Yeah, in high school, you revise things and you find out what works. And it takes a while. Yeah. Winter Crow, specialty. Ooh, my specialty is whatever bulk purchase I just made. I do try to purchase things from here on out that are easy to list, easy to capture in camera, easy to store, and easy to ship. Those are my favorite things. But I really just enjoy buying a bulk lot. Usually ephemera, books. I think my latest thing is in military. There's a lot of military here where I live.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
There's a lot of just militaria, I think is the word.
Yes.
Just at estate sales, and you can just pick it up for dirt cheap. Now I'm not going to pick up a medal or something and try to sell that. That's there's certain lines, but I don't really have a favorite thing unless I'm doing a bunch. So I bought a big box of Schlieg little animals, the little plastic animals, and I'll list all 50 of those or whatever. And now I'm in the middle of listing a bunch of board games. So it's just I like listing a bunch of the same type of thing at once, rather than, and I think Don has spoke about this a few times, just a kind of a scatterbrain, grab thing off the shelf. It's X type. It's this size. Grab next thing. It's a piece of paper. Grab this thing. It's a toaster. That stuff. That's what I did at the beginning, and it was too much. It's too much. So trying to list things that are similar in size and scope is my favorite thing to sell.
Very cool. And I apologize, Winnicrow. I'm going backwards because we were having this sound debacle here. You ripped a tendon on your leg. Sorry
because of the sound? The echo.
She got up and was like tweaking the dial, saying, I feel really bad.
God.
Sorry about that.
That sucks. Yeah.
That's awful, though.
I think it needs some Chinese food immediately.
Yeah, what's for dinner, Winnicrow?
Sushi.
Did you order tonight? Sushi. Let me go back. Yeah, Artie Mike, that's what I wanted to get to. How many ads did I list last week? I could go in and give you an exact number, but as a general rule, I probably, as far again, print ads, I probably list about, on the low end, at least 20 a day, and I could list as many as 100 a day. It depends. Today, I probably listed about 40 or 50. So do whatever the math is times 5 or 6. But it's really not, it's not hard. I mean, the hardest thing, quote unquote hard, is just scanning them. That's the most time consuming thing, is getting all the scans done. And depending on the size.
At another time, and then kind of store it, and then come back to it.
Exactly. And just bang, 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 bang. So I always have like a nice inventory of photographs to pull from. And even that, same thing. I mean, it's not rocket science, but you have to have a nice folder that says, this is from this issue, this is from this issue, and make sure that photos are in the right one, just to keep everything organized, because it can get out of hand quickly if you don't keep that organization in place. You can get in a load of trouble with that kind of
Do you
volume.
like a Dropbox or some other kind of cloud storage for all
No,
that?
I actually no. I go right into my computer. I just have a folder set up, a photo system set up. The scanning stuff goes right into my computer. I have the one I showed on the video, the smaller, the Epson, which is just like a standard size. Good housekeeping. McCall's usually fit in those fine, and that's really fast. That's just
both pages or just one page?
Well, that would be a one pager. If I have a two pager of that, I would use my big flatbed scanner to fit it. But most of them are one pages, and I could probably put like a stack of 30 or 40 at a time, and it just plows through them and doesn't rip them up. I mean, this thing is great. So that's
it feeds them.
I feed them, absolutely. Yeah, did you see? I think that's in the video. But yeah, that thing feeds.
Yes,
it's awesome.
Sorry, I was watching the Charlie Chaplin half of that video.
That's right. Yeah, that's that one. If I have to physically use the big one, it's just literally just placing it down, closing it, hit scan, getting the next one. So that takes a lot more time. But long way around to your question, absolutely. I usually like have a whole day of just photographing them, scanning them. The item specifics slow you down, huh? Are we just talking about with ads in general, like just ads, or just listing in general on eBay?
If it's just ads, you sort them, right? You mean, because if you're going to do because the ads they have, like Coca-Cola might have its own ad slot, and Campbell's might have its old ad slot, but then several other sodas or several other soups, they're like generic.
Right.
So
exactly.
To me, it would make sense to take a few minutes up front to sort those, so that as you list them, you can just sell similar to the one you just listed, and more likely it's one that already there, and the item specifics are very similar. And man, if you don't have to fill the year in and the date, you don't have to do that.
No, you don't, but I do. I mean, but again, you're right. If I'm doing a stack and I kind of keep them in a certain order, then I don't have to change the year every time. If I'm doing 30 ads from one magazine, the dates are all the same. So I'm only changing really product name. As far as the item specifics, I'm changing the product name. I could potentially be changing the category, but you're right. If I have Coke RC,
that's what sucks. Is changing the category and then it blowing away all the item specifics.
Yeah, I wish I wish it would keep at least and give you the option to change. Yeah, that drives me nuts. You're right. Hi, rooting for relics. Would sell them if I could find them. I'm just want to see.
Talking about the military challenge.
Oh, gotcha. Coins. Okay. Military challenge coins. Maybe Travis has. I've
never seen them. Honestly, I don't know if that's something that the families usually just want to hold on to. But I never see those around. I get patches. I get stickers. I get name tags. Mm-hmm. Insignia, rank, jackets, helmets, hats, almost everything. But I don't see those. So I don't know how common they are, or I think it's just something that's easy that the family would like to keep. I'm not sure. It doesn't take up a lot of space. So,
gotcha. I'll tell you that I was telling you before the show started. I think we went to a nice place yesterday, not far from Winter Crow, and one of the little buildings was kind of all military stuff and jackets, like you just said, jackets and just individual patches with like, the sergeant stripes and all that, like individual. And me not knowing enough about it, I kind of felt not intimidated, but I didn't know what I was looking at. Like I could have had gems all over the place, or I could have had junk, or it could have been like something that somebody made last week. I didn't know how to distinguish between them. Like some of the jackets were just like, you ever see like nowadays, a lot of veterans will wear the hat, it says Vietnam vet or whatever, just like kind of a generic hat, right? They had that, and they had like a really beautiful jacket. It was like a baseball style jacket, it said Vietnam vet and everything. But then I looked at the tag, and it looks like it was literally made probably a year or two ago, because
you
it
have to watch,
something.com on the tag. Like it's not an old item. It's just kind of celebrating the fact that, that you're a veteran, which
most people cool. Like the original stuff.
That's what I figured. And I'm like, I don't know what the heck I'm looking at,
The tip on patches, just a quick tip on patches. Yeah. And I've, learned this over the last couple years, because I just pick up a giant lot of patches, like, oh my God, I'm going to be rich from these 75 patches. Well, the patches that don't sell for as much money, there's a lot more competition. And they also reproduce these often because a lot of them are still current, these squadrons or you know, the 115th Artillery or something like that. Their particular patch, as cool as it might look, is still may be in production. It still may be in use. And there's also patch companies that make them and sell them for like $3.99. You get a little bit more if they're original, and you have to figure out if they've been removed from a jacket, or if it's iron on, or if it was a sew on, or whatever kind of thing. But still, they don't sell for that much. The ones that I have found that sell, and they always blow my mind, because often there's no comps for it. So it's just like, pick a number out of the air, put it out there, and see what happens. And those are the ones that are like tours. Like there might be a 1978 Mediterranean tour for the USS Dwight Eisenhower aircraft carrier. I'm totally just took it was like a mad. There was a mad. That was but those kind of things, because those have real intrinsic nostalgic power, either for the people that are still living that don't have that patch, or their family buying something for the person that served on them. So those kind of tours, those kind of specialty patches they make for certain circumstances, those are the ones to pick up for a couple bucks and stuff if you can.
It'll literally say the word tour on it 9 times out of 10.
Some of them are tour. You'll just be able to tell, because it won't be like the 117th Viking Air Squadron or something like that. It won't be the AWAC 110, or there'll be just a standard squadron patch. Some of those are really cool, and a lot of them have fantastic cool graphics, whether it's penguins or the Kraken or eagles or swords. There's some really cool stuff.
That's awesome.
But it's the circular ones or the triangular ones that are like, hey, during this 2-year period, it'll say 2-year period. It'll have like a map of the area, the Middle East or whatever they went, and those are the ones. It'll have a lot of details about that particular ship in that particular moment in time, and those are the ones that can have some value.
That's great advice, Travis. Really, really good stuff. Thank you. Maybe, I mean, and again, now I regret, maybe I'll have to make a trip back out there. That's all. I might have walked past 10 of those and not even realized it. And it was a hodgepodge, like it was really messy in there, like just kind of probably from people rummaging through and not putting things back where they belong. But like, you could tell he tried to have some orders. Like the jackets were all hung really neatly and stuff, but the patches, for example, literally thrown all over the place. And, who knows what was lying under some of that stuff. Speaking of military, Bartomania, welcome. One of the better videos you'll ever see. Did you watch that video, Travis? The returning of the purple heart?
No.
Oh my goodness. Must see TV. Absolutely phenomenal, man. That was, we talked about it on Instagram. I think I sent him a message too. Great stuff. Highly recommend you check that video out.
Good.
Yeah, the Purple Heart store. There you go. Rooting for relics. Great video. Hi, Paul. Welcome. I haven't run across military coins. Okay. I feel like Don here. I'm catching up with comments now.
Yeah.
20 minutes later. Sorry.
Yeah. It's like a whole story.
You can see how it happens, though. You can see it at a much lesser degree, but I could definitely see how it
happens. The story in the chat is far more interesting.
I know. And
one of the talking heads, right?
I love that. That's all right.
And then I drop out of our talk. We might be mid-community, conversation. I'll be like, what's Artie Mike saying over here?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how it's supposed to be, though. It's fun.
Absolutely. The template thing. Yeah, I saw who just wrote about you can create a template. Yes, rooting for Ux. Absolutely. And I do. I have a couple of templates too. Yeah. But you're right. Like Eric just said, the specifics make it kind of tough to keep them because they keep changing.
You'd almost have a template for each like ad type, right? For all your Coca-Cola ads or something.
Yeah. And honestly, that again, we get back to time and efficiency and all that stuff. Like you were just saying, is it really worth taking the time to do all those different things? I'm going to have to choose from 25 different templates. I might as well just type it up. It's probably faster.
And you just do a sell similar, right? You list one, you sell similar, yeah.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. Let me just catch up here. We have,
but the best advice is really to try to organize your chunks that you're going to go list as possible.
Yep.
Don't try to do like 6 different items from 6 different categories
and go back and forth.
It's absolutely brutal, and it just kills you, and you don't want to do it.
Totally true. And I've done a couple of live listing shows in recent weeks, and that's exactly for the folks I know. Artie's been in those. A bunch of Eric's been in those. McCrow's been in those. You'll see. You're exactly right. I'll do like I'll throw it out to the group. What do we want to do next, guys? Let's do car ads, and we'll just go through 10 straight car ads. And granted, you might have to change Ford to Chevy, but it's minor. It's a minor tweak as opposed to erasing everything off.
Uh-oh. Janet, you got enough things to sell. You don't need to be delving into like individual pieces of paper that don't take up any space.
Winter Crow, yes, that was Roy's shop in New Egypt. Absolutely. Really nice place. Like I said, I just wish I knew a little more going in. It was
New Egypt.
My wife was schmoozing with the guy, trying to get some information about the jacket types and stuff, and he was really nice, very nice guy.
Hey, Dawn.
Hey, Dawn, how are you? I've been down a rabbit hole for 2 hours after your single print ad page premiere. Killing me. Why? You're amazed that a half a page could sell for $15? It does. It took a while. I don't know if you were watching when we started, Janet, but I was saying how, when you do your own listings, I guess if you do it over time, you obviously you tweak things and you're trying to find what works best. Well, for the lion's share of my, which is in my video series, the lion's share of my print ads, I now have 2 scanners that I use. So I really only need 1 photo, which again goes against what everybody tells you. You're supposed to take so many photos. I laugh at that. 1 picture, 1 really good scan. What else am I going to do? Blow up on the Coca-Cola can? It's just unnecessary. If you do a good high-res scan.
Do you do the full page, or do you do like Auction Profess style where you pick the best shot from
That's
that
what I was
ad?
saying. Or do I zoom in? I guess conceptually I could zoom in on something if it's really worth zooming in on, but I just find that doing a nice high-res scan of the whole ad, because there's something in the ad like the ad as a whole is really how it's supposed to be visioned. It's not really supposed to be focusing on one little piece of it. You know what I mean?
I think you should try it. I think you should experiment a little bit. It's 1 extra photo.
Extra work.
It is extra work.
But I'm just going to. All right, maybe I will. I heard the video ads with this, so you were live.
I mean, your listings do look fantastic.
Thank you.
But I also remember seeing Don's examples of his postcards where it's the full postcard, which is a little harder to see in that square. And you got to remember, people are on their phones now. They're not looking at this on desktop.
That's true.
So that nice regiment of square of art, square of art. I don't know. I'd say give it a try.
I'm still going to say the footprint of a postcard, though, is this big. These ads are posters. They're almost like mini posters. You know what I mean? So it's a lot more real estate. I could definitely understand the postcard, how like details could be missed if you're just looking at it a whole. But I mean, there's different schools of thought. It probably couldn't hurt to add a second one, especially like I said, if something's like, let's go back to the Aussie Cola with what's her name, Betty Grable. Maybe like one big close up of Betty Grable's smiling face would be good. The problem being
if the RC Cola is not
exactly
you can crop that.
Exactly. That's what I run into. Right. Exactly. They'll have the branding on one spot of the, because again, it's a big page. Even though that's half a page, it's still 14 inches long. You know what I mean? So it's still a pretty big. I see somebody cursing at me. Hold on. Better be in jest. Travis, oh my God, save me. What's going on?
What's happening?
I don't know.
Because she's got a crap ton of stuff to get rid of.
Oh, I see.
She's got some really cool, neat stuff. And
Dawn does or Janet does?
Janet, well, I assume Dawn does too, because she's a baller. But Janet's got a lot of stuff to get rid of.
Oh, Janet wanted to get rid of them, and now she feels guilty about getting rid of them, knowing that she's sitting on a fortune, and now she's got all this extra work. I think is that what she's saying?
I think she saved them, but now she feels like she's got to go through them one by one, which is going to slow her down from her mission statement.
Her mission statement was to get rid of said magazine.
Unload everything in that house.
And now she can't, because now she knows she's sitting on a pile of dough.
Because of you selling ads.
You know what?
So you
give them to me. You want to get rid of them? Give them to me.
That's what she says. And I agree.
I'll buy them. Can't sell a media mail though. Can't send a media mail.
Yeah. Can't send the ads media mail. If you rip all the ads out and send the magazine, then what?
That's true.
That media mail?
Interesting stories and just kind of all my.
You read it for the stories.
Look at this. These guys are on 2021 era coins now. Come on.
What?
Janet opened one live. Yep. Oh, and Janet, seriously, that's conservative. That's conservative. Mm-hmm. That's why I defy anybody to tell me the biggest selling Life magazines that I know of is the original Marilyn Monroe cover. I think it's from '52. Remember what was the one we talked about, Travis, that I told you with the magic mushrooms with Burt Lahr on the cover? That one's, I think I sold that for like $200.
That was the one with the lion from
Yeah,
Wizard of Oz.
it's right. Burt Lahr and I thought that was why. But I said that's kind of strange. Why is he selling? But it turns out it's a magic mushrooms ad or a whole article about mushrooms and psychedelics. That's what makes that one valuable, and that's from 1957. And then there's 2 Beatle covers that are worth some money. But outside of those 4 or 5, you'll never get $150 for one magazine. No way. Whereas on the most common Life magazine, the most relevant, the magazine as a whole.
Yeah.
So Janet, mind blown.
Couple exceptions. George magazine.
Oh yeah, that was. Hey Joe, how are you?
Of George magazine that you can sell. I've got one up on my store right now. 2 up on my store that have comps for like 150 or more.
And they're still that valuable, because I know they were hot a little while ago and then they kind of came back to earth again.
Well, they haven't bought it from me, so maybe not. But they were. In fact, I learned about them. That's
not cool.
Either from Don or on the same show I was on with watching with $1 Million Peddlers. Those guys, they know their magazines as well. They do some of the ad work type stuff too.
Yeah, but I think they usually just sell magazines. I mean, right?
They sell bulk or individual issues.
And again, I understand with an operation that size that he doesn't want to spend the hours it would take. Yeah. But at the same time, it's one of those things. If you enjoy it,
right? If you enjoy it,
and I do enjoy it.
It's so nice. That artwork is just so
cool
to look at.
Travis nailed something. Okay, Travis, what we were talking about before, yeah.
I nailed something?
When you were talking about magazines, and now she can't do it because she sees the value. Because of phones. Yeah, I could definitely see that, but I guess it depends on what the product is, CJ. You know what I mean? Like Travis was saying, for a postcard, I definitely agree with that because it's so tiny. A postcard itself is what, 5 by, I don't even know.
I'm going to keep pressuring you to try it, man. I'd like to see.
I can see value if it's something extraordinary that you want to like put into a smaller. I don't know. I
just imagine you're sitting on the phone, you're on the couch, you do buy ads, you like a certain art style, you like Coca-Cola, you're scrolling through everybody's, and you see the outline of a rectangular thing and really small thing, and you could tell it's Coke, but right below it you see a dude with a Coke and a smile right below it, and you see that clear as day. And I don't know, I think that's the one you're going to click on if the price is similar.
However, I'm not trying to. I welcome the back and forth.
This is what we do. This is it.
Serve. I have, and we found this out together on one of my listing shows. Collectibles, that Gallery Plus option. You know that Gallery Plus option for photos, where it's like $1, and you get for collectibles, it's free. It was confirmed. We looked it up in the eBay guidelines. You could get a free Gallery Plus. So all of my ads now have that Gallery Plus option. Which means when the guy's sitting there with his phone, he's going to see a nice big old photo. The whole phone might be actually filled up with my ad. I don't know how it works. You could actually, if you wanted to test it, you could you could check one of my ads.
And that's just a checkbox. So if you're
just a checkbox.
So collectibles is the root.
Collectibles.
Sub folder from collectibles for anything. Free gallery.
That's what we determined through trial and error, because what I did is I didn't want to, I was joking about it, with 3,000 ads or whatever, I don't want to get a bill for $3,000 at the end of the month, because it's $1 per. So I said, let me try it on 1, let me try it on 2. We went back. You know, when you go in to edit a listing in general at the bottom, if there's any fee involved, it'll tell you there's a fee. Like if you use 2 categories, it's $0.25 or something. I did it multiple times except 0, 0, 0, 0. And it didn't say, like other items that I list that aren't print ads, if it said Gallery Plus, it would say $1 in parentheses. Whereas all my collectibles, nothing. It just says Gallery Plus may incur. I'd like to see how it turns out.
Has it been a month? Has it been invoiced for it yet?
I have not. It was probably about a week ago.
All right. So my example, just to be careful, is my wife and I, we each have our own store. She typically lists from her phone. I typically list from my desktop. Not that really matters. But I had turned on something, and I suck because I can't remember the feature, but it was some 15-cent thing because it might have been start an auction and a buy it now at the same time.
Okay.
and there should be some kind of a fee associated with that. And I'd scroll down, I'd see 15 cents or 30 cents or whatever it is.
Yep.
She would do the same thing, and she checked them both. No, here's what it was. It was choose the starting time for your listing to go live.
Okay,
that's what it was. So I tried to do that because I was on time away, and I had like 50 of them drafts that I wanted to go ahead and start so that they would just push as soon as I put my store back on. And each one of them, before I listed them, showed 15, 30 cents, whatever that fee was. She was doing the same thing because her store was also away. But when she did her thing on the bottom, it was zero. It was zero. Same exact setting. She clicked it, it went, and she got billed.
Wow.
So don't do too many.
No, exactly.
Wait for a billing cycle, and if that's a legit thing, that's awesome.
A game changer. Yeah. Yep. And I was also looking, because you're right, I only did a handful, is right. I did keep it on. But it's another gotcha. If you do it on one, you have to remember to go in and untick it, because when we use that sell similar, guess what?
Oh, yeah. They're all there.
But what was I going to say about that?
eBay makes error in your favor.
Oh,
no one ever, right?
No.
That's rare in Monopoly. It's even rarer on eBay.
That's amen. That's exactly right.
So just be careful.
Hey, Paul, the Liz Taylor, Richard Burton covers. There might be a couple that are decent, but they're not going to be $150, not unless somebody wants to take a look. Like I said, I only know of like 4 or 5 covers as far as, there's one other one, by the way, and I have it. I think it's 82, which is like one of my newest ones I have. The first test tube baby. They had a photo of her for her first birthday, the first test tube baby. I forgot her name, but that issue is worth a couple of bucks, more than a traditional issue would be worth. But, the 150 is a conservative number. I could probably get that out of almost any magazine I find. Because again, and everybody's pricing is different, but basically as a general rule, and it's no secret because I've done a whole series on it, I usually charge about $15 for one page ad. For run of the mill, nothing spectacular, just a, Wonder Bread, white bread ad or something like that. $15 for one sheet. So if I could find 10 ads, that's 150 right there. And almost every Life magazine post, like once you get into the 40s, because in the 30s, it's amazing. The magazine started in 1936, and from like 36 to 39 or so, you're lucky if you could find 5 ads in these magazines. They're paper thin. It was a new magazine at the time. But then, like, as you get into the World War II era, my God, the size is tripled, the thickness of the magazine, and half of the magazine is advertising. So you can get 30 ads out of that. And again, at bare bones 15, you look at $400, $450 per magazine.
Hey, have you ever torn up any playbills? Not Playboy.
No, I have not. No, but that's a good idea. Loaded with ads, right?
Because that same thing, up until I want to say like 68 or so, those playbills are pretty thin for the performances. But right about 1970, they like triple in size, and it's not new content. It's cigarette ads primarily.
Yeah.
Like everybody was smoking in 1970, and see how cool it is. But it's just a ton of ads, and I just was curious how those ads might do. But those have their own, playbills have their own followers and collectors of as well. So
yeah, I could get that, Dawn. Again, it's really personal preference, If he's making enough money selling these magazines for $20 a pop, $15 a pop, and he's got thousands and thousands and thousands of them, then that works as well. You do what you do.
He'd go mad if he started ripping those babies up for ads.
Yeah, I'm not saying it. That's another reason. Part of that series I did was also, it's like, here's what I do. It doesn't mean everybody's going to have the commitment, the patience, the desire to do any of what I did. I'm just showing you, here's what I do and how I extract that much juice out of, that one magazine. It is time consuming. It is labor intensive. It's not going to kill me. I've done much worse in my life. I've done a lot harder work than that, So for me to spend a little time and put on some music and scan some cool pictures, to me, it's child's play. I love doing it. And I think that's a huge factor, whereas a lot of people might not have that patience. I don't have I hate to echo Don. I don't hate to echo him, but I'm going to say the exact same thing that Don always says. Clothes drive me berserk. I could not sit there I have a mannequin. I am not going to sit there and take 10 pictures and put all this, 25 different item specifics in, and then have a whole description page that says armpit to armpit, 27.2 inches. And you're still going to get people saying, how long is it? Can you take another picture? What's the hem? What's it? Crazy. To me, that's insanity. I would never do that. Yeah. And I know there's lots of money to be made in clothes. Obviously, they pick them up for $1 and sell them for $20. Bravo. But for me personally, no time, no patience, no desire to do that. And I'm sure there's a bunch of people that'll look at my stuff and go, I'm not going to rip apart a magazine. That's going to take me forever. Fine. Don't.
Yeah.
You know, do
what are you going to
like
do with that mannequin though? What do you guys do with the mannequin?
I still have it. Well, we still have it because there's the odd piece of clothing I will sell, you know, if something's really cool. Like honestly, that Vietnam jacket I was eyeing that up yesterday, but I didn't know enough about it. So that would have gladly went on the mannequin. It's a unisex mannequin. You know what I mean? It's just a kind of a standard mannequin. Doesn't have any, you know.
Mannequins are kind of creepy though. I mean,
no anatomy.
I don't think I'd want that in my house, especially if it didn't have a real use for me.
It's under a blanket, way in the back. In the middle of the night, I see it floating over.
I see Janet's got a couple kind of questions.
Yeah, let me. I'm sorry. I want to catch up.
Or conflicts, inner dissonance.
Dawn I want to give everybody a shot here. First of all, Dawn's asking for forgiveness. Let's see why.
Yeah, ask for forgiveness.
So familiar. Well,
come on.
He doesn't like to talk about his other career.
You thought we were like this.
Yeah, he doesn't talk about his other career.
You've never seen me. I've always been outside your home, but I hide really well. No, Don. I've always seen Don in the $1 Million Peddler live shows. We always feel like we're on the same page, or at least I do. Along with Annie's in there a lot too, and
yeah,
it was like the same stream of consciousness when we're in those things. Ooh. So that's where she knows me from.
Gotcha. But Janet has a pile. Yeah, well.
So here's Janet's dilemma.
Yep.
Right. And I'm going to break it down because I'm totally qualified and I know Janet just amazingly. Okay. I don't, and I'm not. But, you know, she's got a lot of stuff to get out. She's getting a little anxiety from the one side, the potential for moolah.
Yes.
And maybe even some fun from cutting up a lot of those magazines, right?
That's what I'm saying.
She mentioned earlier that she found a whole room of frames of her mom, and she
I did see that. Yes. Yep.
And then on the other side, she's like, if I start cutting up all these magazines, especially a Leaning Tower of Life, I'm not going to get to these other big piece items that I really need to move. So she's kind of like, damned if she does. So here's what I think, Janet. She does these auctions already. I would have maybe a special reseller auction show where you probably do some of this anyway, but lot up some of those magazines. People that are watching Marty might hop right on that. Marty might hop right on that. Talk to Marty before you even host the thing. Don't do any work at all and sell them to Marty. Or, sell off some of those in lots so that you know that you're doing good by providing somebody an option to make some money. You make a little money, you get them out of your house, and the ball keeps rolling.
A win-win, as they say in the industry, right? It's a win-win. Yeah. But that is a very good point. And if you do want to keep a couple for yourself just to play around with them and maybe try one of them, and like you just said, 150, I think it was what you said, potentially from one, you did some comps. Try it, spend a day, even just get familiar with, watch my videos, follow the procedures, and see if you can make $150. That might inspire you to keep a little more. But you're right. At the worst case scenario, you get some stuff out of your house and you sell it online. YouTube.
She's already selling lots of magazines. You need to hop on her channel.
I do. What's your channel, Janet?
Antiques from Karen.
There's a fair amount of lifes that do 40 to 100. Yeah. I can sell 2 ads for $40 though, Paul. It depends. But you're right. I do look. I don't just haphazardly start ripping everything apart. I will give a quick gander at who's on the cover and look it up. I did that a lot initially, all the time actually, to a ridiculous degree. Every single magazine, I was kind of paranoid. Oh my God, do I rip this up? The first few were not easy to do, but then you get into a rhythm, and I'm like, unless something's really, really well known for being valuable, I'm not going to take the time to look. And it's got to be, for me, honest to God, it's got to be worth like $300-400 to even entertain not ripping it up. Because I'll make that easily. Janice still asking to be shot. Okay. Still down and out.
What is she saying?
Just shoot me. I think she's look at us. She's got, what do we got? Rolling Stone.
There's a new state.
Sinatra.
Live executions by firing squad. So I don't know. Maybe
that's another channel.
That's the place.
Yeah, that's another channel.
That's a different channel.
That's a different channel.
That's that's not a great channel. Long tail. Sure.
Well, see, that's great. Yeah. The ads she's listing were already taken out. Okay. So it's just, Are they in decent shape, Dawn? I'm just curious. Like, are they all frayed?
Oh, the work's already done, kind of.
What's that?
The work's kind of done,
yeah.
done.
Yeah, but I was just gonna ask her, like, you know how, like, again, if you look at my video, like sometimes when you pull them, you know, they get little frayed edges and stuff. I always trim that off. I'm just curious what kind of condition they were in when you picked them up. The loose ads. Hundreds of rock magazines.
Ooh, nice. Really? Okay.
Always. I know, Eric. Absolutely, man. They're always worth it. It's you just
Cool.
got to dig a little bit. You got to do the work if you want to.
I think you got to prioritize, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds like a several-month venture right there.
Yeah.
It would be lucrative, probably.
But
you got to stop. You got to stop thrifting and doing some other things while you focus on that, or else you're going to be scatterbrained.
Well, that's a great point too. Absolutely, you do, because you got to deal with that. You want to talk about a death pile. If one is already up to your eyeballs, could you imagine? I have a whole basement filled with these things, literally.
Yeah.
Selling lots of. Oh, that's cool. Okay, I will check that out, Janet. Absolutely. Yep, decorating kind of stuff. Janet does not thrift ever. No problem.
Good. She thrifts in her house right now, from what I can tell.
What do you need to do?
There's always new stuff on the shelves. There was a question up there from Artie, a few up. He was asking about international.
Let me just really quick root, and absolutely that's true. JCPenney's, absolutely, man.
Yeah, I love the Christmas Sears catalogs. Oh my God.
Absolutely.
I never find anything like it. I love them though.
Do we ship internationally? You don't. Receive 4 different requests from Germany and Brazil for some beer coasters. I use the GSP, Global Shipping Program. I've gone into my business policies and set that up for, I think, almost every listing I have, but I do exclude certain countries just based upon, you know, what I worry about. Like if it's, you know, of all countries, believe it or not, I don't mean to rip on a country here, but Italy is a tough country to ship to because their mail system is awful. I don't know if you have any experience with Italy.
With GSP, that shouldn't matter, right?
It shouldn't matter.
Exclude anybody unless you want to like exclude Russia or something like that.
Well, which
because eBay
comment that, but yeah, you might want to now.
eBay takes care of everything with GSP.
They do.
So even if Italy's customs suck or whatever, then
they do.
That's not your problem anymore.
It's not, but I don't want to like irritate people because it's taken like I sent a record to Italy. What are the thought? What are the odds, right? Frank Sinatra album, a nice album that was worth about $40, which is pretty expensive for a used album, to Italy, and it took like a month and a half to get there, and the guy was not thrilled. But I basically said the same thing. You know, I said he wasn't like really mad at me necessarily, but he said, yes, he went across to the same thing. It's just for whatever reason.
You paid a lot of money. You paid a lot of money for GSP, so you should expect the GSP includes taking care of the customs.
Yep.
So that might have been what happened. That's just the eBay negotiations with Italy, the government, to try to get this in and through.
Everybody's
eBay dropped the ball. One of the two.
So
I do GSP for a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
For smaller things, though, I will also do eBay international shipping.
Okay.
It's much cheaper, but they are under the understanding, and this still will last sometimes, they will have to take care of customs when it arrives.
Okay.
So they'll have some surcharges they got to deal with outside of that. It's hit or miss. I do have a lot of things that ship that way, and there have been more times than a couple where I've thought about, do I want to deal with this? Because the customers, they're not, they can be pissy, so to speak.
No,
for many reasons, valid and not.
Yeah.
And then you're also dealing with the customer directly. There might be translation issues that you're also dealing with.
Oh, certainly.
So I've gone back and forth on that, but it's worth a shot. Certainly GSP, if nothing else. That's about as easy as it gets.
I agree. And I mean, knock on wood again, every time I say something, I'm afraid to put my foot in my mouth, but I've had no real huge issues with GSP. Other than, like I said, a couple of those Italy just basically complaining about how long it took, but they understood completely it wasn't me. You know, I got my SLA is one day or one business day, right? And it was out the next day, which was clearly seen in eBay. You know, you could look at the whole history. because their country can't get it together with their own shipping. That's
I love Italy. By the way, disclaimer, I love Italy. It's like my favorite place.
My goodness, absolutely. No. Yeah,
but I'm not going to go sit in the line of customs.
No, don't mail anything. That's all. And I had a buddy of mine who actually lives part of the year in Italy. He just recently retired. He's a good friend of mine, and he lives, I think, 3 or 4 months. Yeah.
Hey, what months does he not live there, and what's the address?
Why would he not live there? He lives off the Amalfi Coast. It's a beautiful place. God. And he said, like, it's even within, amongst Italians, they just know that their postal system is awful for whatever reason.
There's a lot of wine. There's a lot of wine to drink to make up for that.
That does have an effect.
It all works out.
Yes.
Dawn's totally correct. It's a great statement by her.
Which one would this be?
So she's in Canada.
The one, yes.
Through GSP is ridiculous. There's like no price break.
Yep.
So most of I sell a lot of eBay international sales to Canada because it's usually like $11 or $13 versus whatever the hell they want to charge Canadians for it. And there's the thing that really stinks. That should be an example of a unique exemption that they should allow, where GSP for this item, unless it's in Canada, if in Canada, use eBay international sales. There's no either or it is either or. You can't choose both. And I think that stinks.
I agree totally. Look at Janet throwing some numbers out here. They sent an offer, I accepted, they backed out. Additional fees got added, $80. I'd have to go back and see what that item was.
What was it? Yeah.
Open up. Illegal shipping because the buyer about item. Yeah, I hope it wasn't a $5 magazine.
Paul wants to know what Frank Sinatra
album. The $40 album. I'll get back to you, Paul. I'll have to pull it up. I don't remember the title, but it was original. It's a mono. It was on Capitol, but it was a black label Capitol. If you're familiar with that, like from the late '40s, I think. Fantastic. I'm a music guy, so I always listen to the stuff I buy and sell, and it sounded beautiful. This thing was mint condition. All stock Galoob doll. He offered $80. Oh, Galoob. I'm not familiar. What is Galoob?
They made a lot of toys. I remember getting Micro Machines. You remember Micro Machines?
Micro Machines.
Micro Machines. They were like the little tiny cars, and they had the auctioneer commercial guy who would sell the cars really quickly. Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I don't remember.
That's all I got.
Okay, well, that's good enough for me.
I didn't know they made dolls. Yeah, but they also made dolls. Duh.
You would think. Joe shipped worldwide. Only had a problem with Mexico. Oh yeah, that was the only time. Good. Yeah, I like the program, but I've heard others say that the costs are absolutely obscene for the buyers. Depending on, I've had a bunch of British customers. I sell a lot to England, for whatever reason. A lot of people from England. In fact, I have an offer that just popped in from somebody from England, and they've said that to me.
She excludes. So she sells. She
sells. The seashore?
So there's a G.I. Joe big toy from the 80s called the Uss Flag. It's literally a 6-foot aircraft carrier with about 300 parts on it. And she's came across a couple now where they're not complete. And complete they'll sell for $2,500. But to part them out, a lot of the pieces are easily broke. To part them out, it's double that. So she's been doing a lot of those, and there are some big freaking pieces. And she'll do them GSP, and there are people overseas that will pay $100 extra shipping to get that thing over there.
Oh, I totally understand that. Paul, absolutely. In the wee small hours of the morning. Yep, that's the album.
Paul bought
Excellent job, man. That's the name of the album, The Wee Small Hours. What a beautiful, rich sounding record. It was beautiful. It's all kind of like, I don't know if anybody's a Sinatra fan out there, but this is kind of a like dark, brooding.
Never heard of him.
I never heard of him. But it's a great album. It's not like, it's a very kind of dark, every song is My Baby Left Me and I'm sitting here drinking, but it just sung beautifully. It is a great album. Rooting for the Rocks. Love it. So good that I'm kind of mad I sold it. I got to be honest with you, because I listened to it and it sold maybe in about a week to 10 days after I picked it up. And I really almost delisted it because I have my record player right here and I had it playing. I really enjoyed it. And I'm like, oh, maybe I should just get a copy for myself and kind of mad that I got rid of it. I mean, $40.
What was so special about it? I
It's
feel like
just
I see Frank Sinatra everywhere.
No, you got to look this up. It's a great album, The Wee Small Hours. Yep. And the song itself was beautiful. It's just a very mellow, beautiful, the tone of this record. You know what mono is? Have we talked about mono versus stereo? I think didn't we talk about that?
Yeah, but when you first just asked that a second ago, I thought we were going to go a different direction. When you asked what mono was.
Imagine. I'm very familiar with mono.
Yeah.
No, it's
you
just
can't sell mono on eBay.
No, you can't. That's frowned upon. But it's just I don't know how to describe it other than it's a very smooth sounding, rich sounding record. All the songs are beautiful. All the songs are very. He's not like camping it up. He's like lovely. He's not like that. He's just smooth. It's early enough in his career that he's still like a balladeer, if you will. It's just a beautiful record. The music is phenomenal. Great record.
Balladeer. I think that's great word use.
Yeah,
I've never heard. I like it.
Hate to sell you a copy. Exactly, Paul. You know what I'm talking about. How would you describe it, Paul? Don't you think I'm hitting on some key? It's a smooth, mellow, very rich tone to it. It's just beautiful.
Life has not turned him yet. He's fresh.
Sort of. Yeah. I mean, he's established.
Virgin voice.
Sort of. I don't think. Yeah, I think he's still hungry, if you will. He's not like he's huge, but he's not campy. He's kind of crooner. Yeah, absolutely a crooner. Let's see. Crooner Matata. Tracy, how you doing? I had to help my daughter set up an inventory system. Ooh, that sounds like another video, Tracy. Everything she does could be turned conceptually into a video. There should be a video involved.
Inventory system.
Down. I got a video about
that's
inventory.
The worst. I want to see it. Yeah. I want to see what I really want is a digital inventory system. I want to know how people track that stuff digitally. I know how people store things and stuff, and I've seen great ideas, and I've stole a lot of them. But I just never see enough of how to track your items in a digital format.
On a spreadsheet? Like on a spreadsheet? Or something
better than a spreadsheet? Yeah,
spreadsheet.
Yeah, I mean, that's what everybody does. I just want to know if somebody doing something different. Is there something else out there? I know QuickBooks is not an inventory management software system, but I would be interested to see one that is designed for small businesses or for eBay.
Could you build an Access database with some of those puzzles?
I mean, you could. I don't know that anybody uses Access.
Well, no, I know you're a computer guy. You should build it and sell it. And
yeah, I mean, you can build it all out in a spreadsheet into a grid format and turn it into a database. But we just lost 50 viewers, so let's stop talking about that.
Working live on Sunday. I'm going to check that out, Janet.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That's good stuff.
Ooh, yeah.
Was a crooner, says Winter Crow.
You might become her number one fan. The kind of stuff that I've seen sell over there.
Oh yeah.
I saw a statement. I think it was Dawn a little ways up, saying that to sell a quote unquote toy to Italy, it had to be made of wood.
Yes, I saw that too. I didn't put it up there, but I'd be happy to. Again, I did see that she wrote that. But yeah, that's basically what you were saying, Dawn, right? That it has to be made of wood.
Lookups.
I mean, that could lead to the delay. Maybe they open all their packages, and scrutinize everything, and I don't know.
They want to say, if it's made of wood, it must be a witch.
Like Pinocchio.
And witches are allowed. That's all I can think of. I'm going to check that out, Janet. Thank you.
Tracy, I'm going back to Tracy a minute because she's working the room, which I love to see. She has a new video up. I think it was yesterday, Tracy. That was a good one about shipping glasses, like how she sold a series of McDonald's glassware.
Yeah, the Star Wars glasses.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
yeah,
my wife, this worked out for me so far. After the show, I told what my rare item was that I wanted to find. 4 beautiful Star Wars glasses from Burger King. Yeah. After the show, she ordered them and they showed up, and it was a surprise gift. So tonight, I am saying my next grail would be like an autographed John Williams sheet music.
Oh,
so hopefully she's watching.
The Grail Fairy.
Yeah, the Grail Fairy.
Just say it and it pops into your life. That's awesome. Yeah, there you go, Tracy. See, I just mentioned that, but yep. Check that out, everybody.
Yeah, watch that tutorial because the person that did these did a great job too, and I'm just totally going to steal those ideas. Taking that extra care because these things are finite. You know, you break one, you break 4. There's 4 left. There's 4 less left.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
That's not what you want. And Janet, you're saying you built your own. Let me go back. Plastic ones. I saw Janet saying that she was creating her own spreadsheet somewhere, and I want to try to pull that up. Sorry, let me go back up. StreamYard is not the easiest thing to scroll through. Created my own. Here we go. Spreadsheet system with lookups. Lots of auto-populating fields. And the spreadsheet system is just for inventory, Janet, or is it like it's everything? It's like it's sold. You
could probably design it for whatever columns and fields are interesting that you want.
Cool. Uh-oh.
Yeah. I think you joined after my wife bought them. Oh yeah, God.
I remember that.
Have you seen this? Have you seen this, Marty?
I have. I remember it when it was on.
I remember 2 things. Well, I remember way too many things about it, but I remember Mark Hamill had so much makeup on. I didn't know it was Mark Hamill. I thought he was a clown. And the second thing was B. Arthur was like the star of the show.
Yeah. B. Arthur's
That's what I remember from that terrible thing. Thank you for bringing that back up into people's consciousness, rooting for relics. Yeah. Yeah, I collect all vintage Star Wars stuff. Yeah, 8-track.
Paul, you have a Moog version. That is pretty cool. Moog
What's
synthesizer. Moog was a synthesizer. It was the first. What's the gentleman's name, Paul? It's like James Moog. I don't know what his first name was, but he invented the synthesizer basically. The Beatles used the Moog synthesizer on the Abbey Road album. Spreadsheet is for inventory. So yeah, cool. Okay, cost of goods, like anything. Like Travis was saying, I guess obviously you can customize it, right, and to any fields you want to record. I thought you were gonna come back with some kind of goodie. We're all sitting here bracing.
No, my wife is entertaining down there.
Oh, all right.
They were entertaining a little loud for YouTube. You know, I didn't want to break any sensors.
No cost of goods. Okay. Because everything you get is free.
But you got to put that effort into it.
You got to put the effort. Elbow grease, is that accounted for?
Janet, it sounds like that might need to be a little short or something on your channel sometime. So just so I can get a little quick taste of it.
And Dawn, I'm a big fan of the SKU system. Honestly, I think it's effective. You know, it's as effective as you make it, but it's a nice option. Definitely, I agree totally.
How many times you forget to put that in though?
Yeah, and then only when it sells. That's when I'll realize. I forgot.
Those are the only times.
That's the only ones. You can have thousands with SKUs, and then the one that you forgot. Cha-ching. Robert Moog. There you go.
Yeah. Marty actually just sent me that cassette of that. Yes. I'm assuming it's the same one. He just sent me the cassette of that. Yeah.
Yep. I did. I sent it to a little gift. All he's done for our channel so far. Robert Moog. Yep.
Yeah. Here it is.
There we go. I just sent that out. What, about 2 weeks ago?
Yep.
And the crack case was free. That was free of charge.
I'll swap it out.
Yeah, I figured you would. Those things are pretty easy to fit. That's how it came to me. So I didn't even list it. Sent it right out to Colorado, or as you could say, Colorado. What do you say, Colorado? I think Coloradians. Colorado.
Well, if you think about it, I don't know. But if I was just like someone said it, say it. Colorado. So there you go.
Yeah,
Colorado.
Yeah. We did some shows in Denver. Is there any place else? I guess everything is Denver out there.
There's Colorado Springs. Yeah.
Colorado Springs and Denver. That's all you need to know about Colorado. No, but seriously, we did some shows and I remember them all saying and being very defiant about it. Like, it's not Colorado, it's Colorado. We're like, okay.
Yeah, I guess it is.
You know, people in states, they're very protective of the name of the state and they all say it. You could tell who's from a certain state and who isn't by the way they pronounce it.
Yeah, I don't really care how someone pronounces it.
Yeah, you know what? Just.
Did they boo you off stage?
No.
Okay.
On the contrary.
We're not all jerks here.
No, we were Beatles. So if we said Colorado,
Yeah,
it's
if they do they can't do the Beatles.
You know what I mean?
I'm still telling you, I need you down here in the Springs.
Oh yeah, seriously. We the place that you clued us into, I appreciate that. We have a line open to those people to see what's going on.
Do you have a particular seat size venue that you don't want to go below?
Not really. I mean, within reason, obviously. Like we even do private parties for people if they're willing to pay. You know, we've played for last May, we did the most unique show I've ever done. We played at the top of a double-decker bus. For what's that?
While it was driving?
While it was driving through Manhattan for a very wealthy couple as a send-off. They were moving to England. It was everybody there was a doctor and a lawyer, and they were but the nicest people to ever meet. It was really cool. We literally were on top playing songs with like this crowd of maybe, I don't know, 20 or 30 people, whatever you could fit on the bus. And there were people hanging out downstairs, there were people hanging outside. It was so cool. We were just literally driving around Manhattan. So like I was just gonna say, for the purposes of like a volume, that was probably like 30 people on the bus, 40 people. So that was pretty small.
All right, so 30 seats if it's moving. I got it.
If it's if it's moving through the heart of Manhattan.
If it's stationary in Colorado Springs.
Yeah, then we're not. No, 30 is, you know, come on, you gotta have some standards. You know what I mean? I'm gonna cross from Jersey. Yeah.
Tracy, how old's your daughter that you're putting into the workforce there?
That's a good question.
No, well, I think she told us. She's. I don't know if she told us, but she's a new flipper.
I remember she mentioned that on the show with us, didn't she? That her daughter was
3 generations.
Yeah, exactly right. We had 3 generations. Me too, Janet. Where are you from in New York, by the way? Just curious. Yeah, that was fun. We will do it again. Mama Ventures stole the show, as we knew she would. Definitely the star of the show. Yeah. Eric.
It's weird that you've invited Mama Ventures back a few times. She keeps refusing, but I don't understand. I mean,
He's just fibbing now, everybody. Oh, Rochester. That's not really New York. That's upstate.
Not New York.
Upstate. It's the sticks.
26. Uh-oh. Yeah, we all start that way, don't we?
And what is she listing, by the way, Trace? Like all kinds of stuff? Like, do you have her on a path for certain types of items, or is she all over the board like you are? Which is a good thing.
Tracy's death pile.
Tracy's death pile, that's all.
Or like
walk through grandma's house.
Mama Ventures.
Mama Ventures.
Daughter Ventures runs through the house grabbing things off the walls.
No, Mama Venture will not have that. Let me just tell you. Mama Venture is a collector for the sake of collecting and keeping. She will not relinquish her goodies. We tried. We tried to buy some stuff.
Well, that tangentially has nothing to do with what I'm about to say, but I wanted to give an update on the April 3rd postal charges for
yes.
long items.
Okay.
We talked extensively last week where on April 3rd, and there's now a thing on eBay talking about it, the USPS, for items over between 22 inches and 30 inches long are going to get a surcharge of $4.
Yep.
Postal tubes, specifically.
Okay.
And then anything above 30 gets another $15. And postal tubes, among other things in length that are non-standard packaging, so to speak.
Yep.
So if you sell posters like I do, like a couple other people on here do, and your poster tube is 32 inches like mine is, it's literally going to be an extra $20 on top of the normal priority mail shipping cost of $10 to ship a poster. So you might have a poster listed for $15 or $20 and you have to pay $30 to ship it, which no one's going to do.
No.
So I really looked into the regulations and the fine print for FedEx and for the USPS, and specifically with FedEx. They have all these surcharge items that can be ticked off to see if you qualify for a surcharge. And the closest one, so I thought, well, what if, and I think someone even here mentioned it and asked that question. Might have been Artie Mike.
I think it was.
what if you put it in a box, your tube in a box? And I said, I didn't know. I thought it wouldn't matter. But I went back and looked on the FedEx website, and I saw nothing, because a box is a standard thing. It doesn't violate the girth or the dimensional dim weight or dim dimensions or whatever. The weight is still so low. That's not something to worry about. So the only thing you have to worry about is the packaging. And it talks about mailing tubes and a lot of other things that are long being an issue and getting a surcharge. But it does not specifically mention a cardboard, box.
Yeah.
That's long as it doesn't violate the other things. So today I'm just going to roll the dice. YouTube, Amazon had a 25 pack of 36 by 4 by 4 boxes for like $37. So I went ahead and got that. It's about going to be $1.25 or so extra for the box. And come April 3rd, we'll try it a lot. I figure it was like $40 investment.
Yeah.
And see if it violates any of the surcharges or anything that they're talking about. But I think it won't, at least with FedEx. But I don't know with the Postal Service.
Let us know.
We'll see.
Yeah, exactly.
I will update you in a few weeks.
Very good. I like the approach, though. Definitely unique. We're talking Mama. Let me catch up with Tracy with her Mama stories. Hold on. She blames me and I blame Mama. Okay.
Well, is it the time of night? I don't see we have any outstanding questions. Should we?
There's a segue and a half right there.
Well, hold up. Paul just threw a monkey in the wrench, or a wrench in the monkey
with a 16 millimeter.
Yeah. That is.
Do you need that, Travis? Do you need to acquire that somehow?
No, I mean, I don't.
He's like, no.
But man, I sure would like it.
Yeah.
Maybe the Grail Fairy is watching.
Is it for sale, Paul? Or are you just bragging about what you have?
He's bragging about the awesome
people who are salivating as they watch. Read that.
And you still don't have Paul's address, right? We don't know where he lives yet.
No, we don't.
Okay.
Yeah, Paul. Actually, I want you to, if you would do me a favor, be kind enough to send me an email. I was trying to contact you during the week, and I realized I don't have any real way to contact you short of just sending a comment somewhere in my video, but I didn't know if you would see it. So if you would please be kind enough to send me an email, I'd appreciate it. It's just what is my email? Hold on. I'm gonna put it in the chat for everybody. Anybody that wants to reach me, they can reach me here at this email. They want to type something up. Just give me a second. And Paul says the obvious. Everything is for sale. Yeah. That's the right answer, man. That is the right answer. Let me get my email up here for everybody. But yeah, I think it might be that time of night. Travis, if you want to dive into some research for folks.
Yeah, maybe just end them, Artie. And if I sell go ahead and put them on Craigslist. It is the time of year you want to sell baseball bats, that's for sure.
Yes.
But like I said, I'll follow up and we'll see. We'll see what happens with those long boxes, because all I'm going to do is take that tube and put it right in the box. Okay. And take the box and ship the box. And we'll see. I did some eBay calculations with the shipping calculator, and it didn't show me any surcharges or anything. So,
okay.
Fingers crossed. Yeah,
that sounds great. I like the idea. You got to be creative with this stuff, obviously, right?
That's right.
Yeah, Paul.
All
please.
Right. So, yeah, I saw Carrie joined us. She said hello. Hello back.
Who said hello? I'm sorry. Did I miss somebody?
Carrie.
Who's that?
Well, it's not the Carrie from the movie. It's a different Carrie.
No, she's long since.
I think.
Hi, Carrie. How are you?
Worth point.
Worth point time, ladies. You know what I need? I need to create a worth point, like some kind of like Segway banner or something for worth point.
How about you remember those old Ricola commercials where on the top of the hill, somebody would have a sore throat or some such. Someone would give them a Ricola.
Yeah, of course. Ricola.
Exactly. You could do worth point. No, doesn't have the same ring. Terrible idea all the way around. All right. Never mind.
Thinking outside the box, which I like.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to shoot blanks to shoot targets. Worth point. Who
right along. Moving right along.
Yeah. Who would like something looked up on WorthPoint?
Yeah, we'd like to introduce a exclusive feature we have for our esteemed viewers. If anybody wants to look up anything on WorthPoint, free of charge.
And now
we'll take advantage of
3
Travis's
months in. I still feel my $40 a month is well
validated.
spent. Just
Beautiful
for education. Yeah, I think it's
That's
good.
awesome. You know, all jokes
Tracy,
aside about the Playboys,
yeah.
I've actually never I've never even had any, honestly, like especially recently. I never bought any lots of them or anything, but I'm sure they do have great ads, just like anything else. They have standard ads, right? I mean, like you'll probably find a Coke ad in a Playboy, I would imagine, right?
I've always steered away from those.
Tracy, yeah, me too, but
because I don't want to deal with them. But the ads, now that I'm thinking about it,
yeah,
I tell my wife I'm buying it for the ads.
That's all. That's what we're saying.
And that would be the truth.
Dawn, you caught that, huh? And Janet bringing up a good point. It is a write-off. All these like memberships that you pay for and stuff, you could theoretically.
Do you have like is there a transcriptionist or some kind of thing happening here? Is this all being like dragon simply speaking somewhere?
Not that I'm aware of.
Because all these great ideas, they're just coming in and they're going back out into the ether.
Well, we'll have them saved for posterity. I have a recording of all these shows, so I can always go back, or we could transcribe any goodies.
I don't know if Artie
cannot recall any ads
because I can't either.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe.
That's
maybe not.
150, Janet. Really? Ads or magazines? Magazines, I guess she was saying, because you often was selling me a lot, right? From various times, like different decades.
The last couple weeks. All right. Well.
Yeah, fire it up, man. Anybody have anything?
I've got it open, but I don't see anything.
Takers, come on, folks.
Yeah.
This is a huge benefit.
I would love to type in Playboy ad just to see what pops up, but the sensors may not handle it. Maybe our audience is outgrown.
They're far too sophisticated. They're too sophisticated.
Yeah, they have already been multiple. Oh, here we go.
Do we have a request?
Is Paul asking for this or? Let's see. I think he is.
I think he's more than enough. Published by Castle and Company. What are we looking with Castle and Company? Oh, here we go.
Women of All Nations.
Yep, I'm sorry. Yep, I didn't see the first one. Antique book that doesn't move often. Do you want us to look that up for you, Paul? Yeah, I just went back up, Paul, to find this. Well, I guess Travis will fire that one up.
Let me make sure WorthPoint is working this second. Okay, here we go. All right, yeah, go ahead and I guess let me share.
Okay. Yep. Once you do that, I can
go ahead and pop it up, and we'll take it just through the beginning search. So let me know when I'm on.
There you go. You're live.
So of course, and this I like the WorthPoint just to be kind of a little educational type thing too, just because it's so massive that learning, the tricks of the search or even the basics will help you find the item you're looking for. So it's not quite like eBay. If I type in women of all nations and that was a common type item, those would probably show up in eBay very specifically to the item we're looking for. In WorthPoint, it's looking up women, it's possibly looking up the word all, and it's also looking up the word nations. And it grabbed everything that has at least one of those three items in the thing. 155,000. I don't think we're going to scroll through that. So the next thing to do is Women of All Nations is the title, and that is the exact order of the words. So we put quotes around it like so. And now we'll do a search. And it's parsing 155,000 results. It's down to 177. So That's a much better number, but it still may not be as exclusive or specific as Paul was looking for. So let's take a look at the author or what that was. Joyce. We'll just throw Joyce in there and see what happens. And that would go outside the question or the quotation marks. And here we go. I'm going to assume this is it. Several of them are listed. Is this it, Paul?
And then Tracy's on the on deck circle with another request after this one. But let's confirm with Paul.
Joyce and Thomas. The top sold is $128 10 years ago. More recently, it doesn't come up a lot, just like Paul said.
Paul has confirmed that's it.
Okay.
I guess the first one, right?
Pretty rare. He's got volumes 1 and 2.
And again, that's what, 9-10 years ago. So
yeah, 10 years ago for this one.
Mm-hmm.
There have been smaller comps. It always could come down to, what's in supply and whatever, the buyer is. But of course, these are old too. So he's right. They don't come up very often. These don't look in great condition. They went for 30, but that could have been an auction.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you got a pretty good shot there. If you got those for sale.
Are they in good condition, Paul? The ones you have?
And there could be certainly different editions too.
Yeah. Oh, that's a more recent one. $30. Huh?
Yeah.
But still,
that's
even
cool.
That's 6 years already. Wow.
Yeah. The one thing we've talked about this before. One of the things that WorthPoint can't tell is if it was an auction or a fixed price. So you never know. And it could just be someone not knowing what to ask for it. So shoot for the moon. That's what we always say here, at least today.
That's what we always say.
What's Tracy got for us?
Let me fire up Tracy's request. Paul just confirming they're in good condition. Several editions, 1900s. Awesome, man. Very good.
Yeah.
Tracy, of course, comes up with something crazy.
Oh, God.
Oh, no, that's actually not crazy at all. Dream of Genie prop painting from the Nelson home.
Well,
ooh.
All right, so Dream of Genie.
I Dream of Genie. TV show, right? Prop painting from Nelson home. Major Nelson.
Genie or Genie?
That's a good question. I think it's the way that Tracy spelled it, right?
Well, I can't see what she did. Is
Hold
it
on.
J-E-A?
I'm sorry. Oh, you don't see it.
Yeah.
It's JEANNIE, the TV show. I Dream of Genie.
Let's just see how many items of I Dream of Genie are out there. Probably a bunch. $31,000.
Oh, the bottle.
You need that. You need that bottle. That's the first thing I would recommend.
That's one of my grails.
Bolo, right? If you see this at the Goodwill, go ahead and pick it up.
Right.
Okay. You said it was a prop. Let's try prop. Okay. There's even more props. And what was the type of prop again?
Here we go. We have a specific that I failed to point out. I'm sorry about that. The painting is called Carousel.
The fiery riches of Carousel. Okay. I can't spell. I hate that word. I'll never spell it right. Oh, there you go. That's got to be
Nelson home. $250. Look at these prices.
Why is there 4 of them?
I know, right?
Are they just changing hands? I mean, is it a one-of-a-kind item?
Well, that's a good question.
So here's one from 2008.
Yeah.
That person sold it to this person in 2020.
Tracy gave it enthusiastic. That's it. Yeah. Is it this exactly? Is it one of a kind, Tracy? You have one. Obviously, it's not one of a kind. Yep. Here's again, nice benefit. You get a nice description when you use WorthPoint.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Look at that.
There she is with the bottle. See, show me the bottle.
It's a $41,000 bottle.
Yeah.
Careful with that. Jeez.
They were manufactured, Tracy. Okay. That's cool that you have one, though.
So
and it was definitely, was it used in the show for sure? Did they make a bunch of them? And
It's based on it.
Oh, based on. Okay.
Yeah.
Please.
But I mean,
$250 for that?
I'll take it. And then there was a couple of what happened to it.
Thanks, Dawn. Thanks for coming in.
See you, Don.
Hey, Rachel. Cooking dinner? I always have to ask the same silly question every time you come on. Yeah, request. Was it a beer bottle? Ooh, there's another one. Okay, hold on. We have a third request, I think. I'm being told by your beloved here.
Is she asking for beer? She might just be asking if there's any beer in the house.
Let me go out. Who had a request for a bottle of beer? That's actually a good question from Janet. Tracy, did you know what it was? Like, did you know that this was from I Dream of Jeannie? Like, did it say as featured in I Dream of Jeannie or something like that? Big fan of that show when I was a kid. Used to love it. Mandatory TV.
Yeah.
Bewitched.
Oh, you know what? I usually get those two confused. But
yeah.
They look like the same show to me, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Except one of them wore a better, cooler outfit.
That would be Jeannie.
Yeah. All right. Did we figure out what the next request was?
Google Lens could have absolutely been the deciding factor. Yeah, I'm looking for a beer request, a beer bottle lookup. Any idea who made that request, Rachel? Audie Mike. Here we go. She already answered. Sorry about that. Okay. Thanks, Audie. I think he put it back in there. Here we go. He bought 20 old beer bottles and a plastic case for $1.15. The plastic case says sold for $80 on eBay. Any other specifics you might be able to provide for us, Audie, as far as any brands on there or anything? Are they all just like green bottles? Because I think beer bottles can probably return a whole bunch of
yeah, it's pretty vague.
$8.93. Well, not as many as I thought, actually. Yeah, exactly. It is vague. Like, is there anything else on the, any writing? Tracy was tipped on this one. Okay. Here we go. Audie's got some, you got Augustine. Can you see this? You can't see this, Travis, when I put up the message?
Well, I keep switching over, but when I switch, it messes up.
Okay, no problem. Augustine, Augustine. Yep. Okay. And then he has, it's German, BRAS. And then a new word, Munchen, MUNCHEN, as in Nancy. I don't know if that's all one continuous thing or if it's, no. It might be like just one is Augustine and one is, no. Well, here we go.
So it's just 20 various bottles in a case from different manufacturers.
Oh, it's Brow Munchen, not Bras. BRAU. Looks like.
Oh, Brow Munchen. Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Munchen.
Of course. Obviously. There you go.
Well, I mean, here's a few bottles of Brow Munchen, at least one of them for $10. I'll tell you what, there is a website out there. There's like beer can collectors, and I assume beer bottle collectors. And I'll have to think of it. If I think of it, I'll post it in the chat. But they have like online catalogs. They also have books, but they have online catalogs that have like manufacturer numbers. So if you like I once picked up a Schlitz can, not Schlitz, something local here in Pueblo Brewery from the 50s.
Okay.
I was able to, they have a database guide that shows all the covers of the cans. So I was able to find the cover of the can. Now there might have been 4 in a row that looked like that. So then you had to look at the fine print, see the manufacturer date. Is it like a twist top or a tab top or a cone top or whatever? And you can you finally can find the information of the exact bottle that you have. And then you can start doing comp searches for that beer collector manufacturer number or whatever. And so the people that really know what they're doing will do searches on those because they'll have alerts set up, but like that's one that's missing in my thing.
Collection.
So
Yeah.
I'll try to find it. But if you're interested in delving into beer cans specifically, I think it can be a lucrative thing. But you're not going to know anything going into it. So I recommend this site just when you're out to pull it up. Or if they're cheap, pick them up.
Is it just cans, Travis, or is it bottles as well? It's just cans?
I look up only cans. It makes sense to have bottles as well, but I think cans are typically, I don't want to say every time, I think cans are the beer market versus cans or bottles.
Okay. Very cool.
That's my guess. But yeah, that's kind of a tough one to find. Any others?
We're looking here. Plastic beer case sold for $80 on eBay. Oh, okay. You saw a comp on eBay already, Mike.
Can you put the eBay number in there?
Yeah. Do you have a
or the link or something? Or you probably can't post the link, but
no, but you can. If you have an eBay item number, we can look it up. We got Winter Crow talking still on the Addams Family, I think. Hold on. I'm trying to catch up again.
Addams Family giraffe painting. Got it.
That's hysterical.
Now that's something that I think we can find.
The Masonic apron. Winter Crow, able to paint on your own, huh? That would be kind of cool.
Here we go. Poster. Here's a poster. That's a very tiny. That was a long time ago for $85.
Is that the one, everybody? Addams Family stuff?
Did I spell Addams right? I think that's how you spell Addams right.
Yeah, double D, right? I think.
Double D.
Hey now.
Hey now. Painting. Let's see if there's any other. Oh boy, there's a whole mess of those.
Oh, Artie. Okay, is that the full description?
Whoa. All right, so I think there was just the one Winter Crow. There was a poster for $85 like 12 years ago.
Paul, are you asking Winter Crow if she's looking for Masonic items? Artie says yes. Okay, so that's the full. Artie gave us the full name of what's sold on eBay, so we can check that out. For the beer bottles, as you look at the Addams Family thing.
I just found the one, so I think that's all the comp's worth point was aware of.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Paul was asking you, Winter Crow, about the searching for Masonic stuff. Just in the painting. Okay.
All right. Was there another one after the giraffe?
Let me see. I don't know. I don't think we missed another one, did we?
Oh, I thought the screen. I thought I saw Tracy shared when I found that one. Did people see that?
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Tracy, did you have another one? I thought I saw you put another request in, but I might be wrong. Scrolling through.
I just like looking at all this vintage Addams Family stuff.
Oh, Winter Crow has a request for a cookie jar. Look up.
Yeah. Okay.
Dumbo. As in
like Disney Dumbo?
Yeah, I would assume so. Dumbo Turn, Turn. Oh, Turnabout. All right, she broke the word. I apologize. Dumbo Turnabout. Yep.
Oh.
And she said it has two faces and two bodies.
Yep. Here it is.
Do you have that one, Crow?
Yep.
Like $200, $225. That's a wacky looking item for a cookie jar.
I guess it's not really two faces. It looks like two faces, kind of, though.
Can you blow it up?
Really... Oh yeah. So here we go.
Yeah, what is that at the bottom? It looks like that's his hands, isn't it? Oh, it's like a smile at the bottom?
Yeah, that's his hands, and that's his fanny pack.
Gigas Frat,
Obviously,
yeah. His fanny pack.
That's where he keeps his feather.
You know.
That's cool. That's from the 40s.
Is that the one, Winter Crow? She said yes. It was in a shop.
It was in her shop?
As recently as yesterday?
You should have picked that up.
Oh, vey. Come on. What are you doing? Little tidbit here.
Cookie, yeah. Little tip them off next time. Yeah, so there's a
she's
later
saying
one.
There's a face on each side. I guess we don't see the back of it, right? Travis?
There's a face on each side. Okay, let's
and
see.
And a body on two sides, but that one is not it. Oh, this one is not it.
That's not it?
Hold on.
I thought for sure.
Conflicting information from Winter Crow here. We got a conflict of...
This one's certainly different.
That's a weird looking thing too.
Oh, that's it. That's it. Because look, on one face,
what is it spin around? Yeah, there you go.
Got a thing, and on the other face, he's just chilling. He's eight.
How about this new one, Winter Crow? Is that? Oh, he has longer ears. That's not the one.
That's not the one.
I don't know. We're waiting. There's always that little bit of a delay.
I think this is a big ear. I think that's a big ear.
I don't think they get much bigger, actually. How much bigger could his ears possibly be?
Some are bigger than others, and I think those are his ears.
Nope, we got a enthusiastic. That's it from Winter Crow.
Okay, all right, man.
$200 in 2010. So you would think maybe
name your price, yeah,
a little more,
name your price.
Here's and it's sitting in your shop as we speak. It's sitting in your shop.
All right, so here's the one from 150 for last year. Oh, there's a better picture of it. Look at this business. That's creepy.
Wacky double face, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so this one's from last year for 150.
Wow, went way down.
But they don't have the box.
Oh yeah.
So it's going to come down to condition, right? Mm-hmm. If you got this one's got crazing. So if you got one that's more pristine, definitely ask a premium, of course. Never used for food. What a shame. It says owned but never used for food. Back in the 40s, what was the point of a cookie jar?
Oh, yeah, exactly. What a Crow's saying, Huss has the paint. The paint is missing, or she said, but mine, the paint is off. That would detract from value.
Either a bad paint job or like it was a ceramic mold where, like, here's the mold, paint it yourself type thing.
I don't know.
All right.
Hey, Paul.
Any others coming?
Yeah, well, Paul's writing about Masonic items. He says, "What a vintage Masonic." Yeah. Do you have anything specifically you want to look up, Paul? Like, do you have? Or you just asking in general?
I've sold some Masonic belts.
Really?
In the past, belt buckles, and they do incredibly well. I mean, and I say well, $30, $40, $20 to $40 for a Masonic belt buckle that I paid $2 for.
Well, that would be well then. Yes,
I think that's well. Yeah.
That's a textbook definition of well, isn't it?
Yeah. There's also the hats.
Sure.
Right. The hats they have, those will sell well.
Oh, Winter Crow, so maybe yours is just pre-paint job? Is that what you're saying? Or did it just all wear off? Like maybe it's one of the originals before they painted it, which
maybe there's too many cookies in there and it just took too much shelfware.
Too many hands in the cookie jar.
Grease.
Full of paint. Yeah.
Hand grease.
Books, rings, and daggers do well, Paul. Do you have anything you want to look up specifically, Paul? Or are you just kind of saying that these things sell well? Which is cool enough to know. But if there's anything anybody wants to see, probably have a few more minutes we could look up some stuff. But Winter Crow, I'm curious if yours is pre-paint job or just worn out. Pins, yeah, I'm sure the pins do well. Tracy, did you ask for something else? I could have sworn I saw a different request from Tracy, and now I can't find it. Just curious on the market as a whole. Okay. Well, you could see that Travis is just searching for Masonic pin.
Well, let's do some Masonic belt buckle here.
Okay.
Let's see.
And Paul was saying that books, rings, and daggers do well.
Oh.
10,000 books. Oh, 10,000 belt buckles. Holy cow.
Those things are like made out of diamonds there or something. I'm trying to find something that you like. That's a ring. There's Wolverine, right? Because that makes sense. Whole mess. Oh, you mean Wolverine?
It's right in. Sure.
That's what I meant. Yep.
See, it's that fine-tuning search engine that Worth Point is known for. Oh, Winnicrow, so yours is definitely just worn off. Okay. And you did not, Tracy, so I'm just going nuts. All right. I'm sure you could pull something out, Tracy, that you want to look up, though. Come on. Eric, you got anything back there?
Eric,
do you have any Met yearbooks, old Met yearbooks? I have a ton of them. Eric is a Met fan, like me.
Oh, I thought you meant the Metropolitan. All right, so here's an example of Masonic belt buckles that you can pick up. These look similar to some that I've sold in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So you see these laying around at an estate sale. They're asking $3 for them. Pick them up. They sell for 20 to 40, depending on, how many other ones like it are listed at the time. You can see pretty consistently these are $20 throughout the years, and there's a billion of them. So you look for those key symbols of the Raiders of the Lost Ark swordsman guy sword. You get the star. You get some Egyptian stuff going. You get the protractor. I always call it a protractor. I don't know exactly what this thing's called, but you got that thing.
That's the famous symbol, right?
Yeah. For Freemasons or whatever. Yeah, pick those up. You see Shriners. A lot of code words. Shriners, Masonic, Masonite, Mason, and Freemason. Put those words in any kind of item that you pick up because they key off of multiple searches that way.
So what you're saying, Travis, is a Masonic belt buckle would be?
You got it. That was it. Good job. Masonic belt buckle, $1 to $3. You'll see them all day, every day at estate sales, just because it's got a diverse network of people.
Absolutely.
Pick them up. It's an easy $20.
Nice.
And they photograph really well. They're really a beautiful piece of.
Yeah, I was gonna say they were really photographed well. They're very shiny and nice looking. A lot of the
level in a square. Thanks, Wintercrow. Yeah.
A level. There you go.
I don't know much. I just know pictures. Like if you could list SEO with pictures instead of words, I'd be fine. Just like
really. They say a picture.
Got like a bird flying, with a crow, whatever.
As the crow flies.
As the crow flies.
That would be a mess duffel bag. Very cool. You have 69 yearbooks. That's it. Thought you'd have more than that. Come on.
Must not be a real Met fan.
I mean, yeah. No, I'm only kidding.
I'm not. Jeez.
Convention book from a Black Masonic organization. It sounds fiendish, Winnicrow. That sounds fiendish. Don't know why.
That sounds Da Vinci Code-esque.
Yeah, exactly. Movie material for sure. Well, that was cool. If anybody else has anything, please let us know in the comments.
Wintercrow dropped one there. I've got it up. She can tell me when we find it.
Oh, here we go. You got that, Travis? Can you read? So you're saying when you bounce from screens, it screws everything up, right? If you try to look at the comments.
Well, it looks goofy to the people watching, and I don't want their experience to be worse than it already is. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to keep.
There you go, Eric. 71. That's what I figured. Me too. I have mostly 70s.
All right. So pitcher and cups. So, I mean, that could be it, but let's type pitcher as well. No, there's a few of them. Wintercrow, do you spot your pitcher here?
Let me pull it up for everybody. There we go.
I hope it's the first one. The card.
Me too.
The card. Yeah.
And don't say the paint's worn off.
Yeah. It's cracked in half.
Yeah. Looks just like that. Little Scotch tape. Nobody will notice. Little super glue.
Any word there? Anything ring any visual bells, Wintercrow?
I think she's analyzing as we speak. She's scanning. Top row right is correct design. Far right, that one right there, that he's the $50, 1900. Yellow, it looks like a yellow flower, I guess, right? There we go. Would that be the one?
Also called a tankard, apparently.
Ooh.
Probably the key is going to be the gold, the quality of the gold lip.
Yeah. And why did we not tell me about this, Winnicrow? You just let us wander around.
Again, she probably hid everything she thought was valuable before you walked in.
She's probably testing me to see if I knew anything about anything.
Yeah.
I just walked around like a moron. I went over to the army store instead of hanging out in her store.
Yeah. And then you were overwhelmed there. Meanwhile, the money was in Winter Crow's office.
Ooh, Tracy likes the same. How do we pronounce this? Limoges?
Limoges à nouveau. I don't know.
Dark colors and 12-inch tall at least. Ooh, wow, it's that tall?
The picture?
Yeah. Can't believe it was at the shop. We walked right by. No heads up. No, hey, listen.
Hey, you might want to take a second look at this.
I'm giving this away for dirt cheap.
And just to get FYI, reminder, WorthPoint has an app. So
yes,
where eBay only goes back 90 days, WorthPoint goes back 20 years, and it's in the palm of your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep that in mind when you're doing serious antique shopping for really odd, rare items.
Absolutely. Again, pays for itself. You sell one good item.
So far, I'm digging it.
Yeah.
But I will reiterate that I really like the learning of it as well. That has a value to me as well. So it's probably not for everyone again, but I just learn so much. Anytime I look up something new, it's just new information that I didn't have the day before. Like you yesterday when you should have bought that Limoges picture.
Had I been clued into it, maybe we would have made a purchase.
All right. I want to look up Paul's 16 millimeter Star Wars print.
Okay, hold on. Oh, we definitely will win a crow, no doubt about it. On a nice spring-like day. Yesterday we've had beautiful weather here in this area for most of last week, most of the weekend. All of a sudden yesterday, the temperature dropped like 30 degrees. It was cloudy and windy. It was awful. Winter was back with a vengeance. No pun intended. Winter and win a crow. All right, let's pull up Paul's.
All right, so here is maybe. Ooh. Is it all three reels, Paul, or is it one of the reels?
Yeah, Tracy, it's in New Egypt, New Jersey.
Yeah, so the full movie 7 years ago went for $1,000.
Nice.
It's not pretty to look at, but I mean, look at that. I mean, that's a piece of history right there.
Yep.
And look at what you get to learn. Like, Rush, get this to the movie theater. This is going to be crazy. It's going to New York City.
Yeah.
That's super awesome. Some dude was handed that thing, and he's like, you better get that there because the world is blowing up with this movie. So, really cool call. And then there was the Empire Strikes Back one. I'm not sure why this one went for more, but it went for $2,500. But do they show any pictures? We know what the movie looks like, dude.
Yeah.
No picture of the film itself.
Which you think would be kind of crucial to selling, right?
Like, okay, yeah, sure, you got that. I'll pay $2,500.
Yeah. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, pick those up, man. It's a Superman for $800.
Sounds like a bolo and a half.
Yeah. I can't say that I've seen any of these laying around, that's for sure. Probably more likely to find the I Dream of Jeannie bottle.
That's a bolo. That really is. You see one of those lying around, you pick it up. You see that for $2 or $3 in New Egypt on the table, you pick it up.
You pick it up.
That's what you do.
Let's see. Any last? They're talking about Columbus. I don't know if they're talking about the OG Columbus.
Oh, Columbus is the name of a what was it called? When it called Columbus Market or something. It's a giant majority of it is outdoor flea market kind of a thing. And then they have one building that has, I think, 50 or 60 little like traditional antique mall size stores. And my wife and I went out there yesterday. But again, weather was not our friend, and apparently we got there too late, which I didn't know until Winter Crow was kind enough to say, "Oh, you should have been there at noon." He said it closed at 5, so we thought we had plenty of time. But the outdoor people were all kind of packed up and ready to get out of there, probably because the weather was lousy.
I saw one more for Tracy. I want to share this one as our going away worth point of the night.
Okay.
This is from Mama Ventures right here. I'll share one more time here.
Where is her request?
She was asking about John Pike paintings.
Why don't I say this? Hold on. I apologize. Let me grab that. Thank you, Artie. And I did get your email, by the way, and I responded. So thanks for that. And
good night, Artie Mike.
Have a great night. Thanks again for showing up. I appreciate it, Artie.
All right.
Yeah, tables for days is a good way to put it.
So this is a John Pike watercolor that apparently Mama Ventures has laying around somewhere. I don't know if it's this one, but just has a bunch of these laying around. It's her favorite artist or something.
Wow. It's a nice looking painting.
I picked that one just because I thought it was really pretty.
That's beautiful, actually.
John Pike.
Big Bad John. Oh, we have Eric with a request, too. Hold on. Look at this. Last minute.
Eric coming in. Getting in under the radar.
Gucci doll, old Mickey Mouse, Disney, North Japan, hand carved paint. Oof. We got some words to search right
That's there. A lot of SEO right there. Okay.
That's a lot of SEO.
All right. That'll be one. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes. Thanks for that, Audie. Have a great night. And please, yes, if you're enjoying this, please thumbs up in there. We'd really appreciate it. Are we good to
what up in the air? Thumbs up in the air?
Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Eric is laughing for some reason, trying to figure out why. I'm sure I said something witty. I just don't remember what it was.
Everything you say is witty, Marty. Just assume it was anything
no, it was
you
actually,
said.
I think it was you saying that's a lot of keywords or something. Yeah, it's a whole bunch.
It is. I like when somebody provides all the work for me.
Yeah, exactly. Can we pull that
Eric,
up?
Is it going to be one of these guys here?
Here we go. We're going live.
Like, here's an actual vintage one.
And look at Audie Mike, who can't, even though he's got to go to bed, he's got one last request after Eric's. Look at this. He's like, while you're at it, that is a homely looking Mickey Mouse right there. You don't want to see that. That's as bad as the mannequin in the back of my room.
You wonder if someone took another nose off of Goofy or something.
I mean,
threw that on Mickey Mouse. Some kind of Franken-mouse. That's creepy.
Yeah, that is,
Eric, you shouldn't be looking at this stuff, man. You're gonna give Artie Mike nightmares before his nap. Okay, what does Artie Mike got?
Artie Mike on his way to La La Land suddenly throws out a Will Steiger autographed print.
Ooh, Will Steiger. He was a comic artist. I think he made The Spirit.
Okay.
An old comic called The Spirit, but whether I know how to spell his name or not is completely something different.
Oh, what's that? Steiger? Yeah, Stiger.
Let's try that. Okay, I must have spelled it right. Okay, so autograph print.
Yeah, autograph print. And Audie Mike said he is an explorer from Minnesota.
Oh, that's completely not who I was thinking.
Nothing like a comic. And Rod Steiger is the actor I know from.
That's Rod Steiger. Yeah, I was thinking of Will something else that's not Steiger. Okay, I don't see any Will Steiger. Let's get Will Steiger in here. Let's just see if he's got anything going on. Is that Artie Mike's real name, you think? Maybe Will Steiger?
Who's actually a explorer from Minnesota?
Any antiquity to him?
Yes. I think we may need
maybe here's something.
Yep. Oh. Ray Bradbury, again, right up the same alley,
14 issues of The Occult.
Yeah. Win a crow. She would like that.
This might be a fail, Artie Mike. You should have quit while you're ahead.
Maybe Will is actually, Boris William? Or something.
Boris.
Win a crow with another request. Let's get back to us with that, Artie Mike. Or maybe after your nap, come back and give us the name again.
Yeah, next week we need some more research on that one.
Here we go. Win a crow. Old book called D, and she says, yes, this is not a spelling machine. Instead of don't ask, it's dunt. D-U-N. Whatever that thing, apostrophe or whatever. T. Ask. Written with a Jewish accent. Humor book.
Yeah.
Whole lot of nothing.
Blue Pontiac? Is it a blue Pontiac model?
Here we go. Artie Mike did in fact misspell, but we will go back. And Janet confirming it's misspelled. Thank you both.
Well, I feel like we're on the cusp of dunt ask here.
All right.
Let's get a little more fine tuned. Dunt. Oh, esk, not ask.
Ooh, is it? Yeah. Don't ask.
Boy. Yeah. Did you have that in your store too?
This is another one you had laying around.
All right. Well, this one's signed, and then these are
those prices just went way up. One Pro was basement sales, like bottom.
Yeah. If it's not signed, it's a $20 book. If it's signed, you can do a lot more with it.
From the 20s?
1927.
Wow.
All right. What did Artie Mike say?
Artie Mike, and then confirmed by Janet that the name is actually Will Steger, a prominent spokesperson for the understanding and preservation of the Arctic, vis-a-vis a Minnesota explorer.
Is Minnesota considered the Arctic now?
Well,
I mean, I drove through there during the summer. That's my only exposure to it.
No, I heard it's pretty chilly. That's cool.
Here's one of his jackets. That's cool.
Well, is it Stego or Steg? I wonder how it's pronounced.
Steger. We
got
Steger.
Mucklucks up there. We got some.
Here's a print. Let's put print. Let's put auto. Let's see what he signed.
Okay.
Okay, Stranger Things. Yeah. Signed by the cast. Right up I think what Artie Mike.
When I think Arctic, Minnesotan,
Stranger Things.
Oh, he said fifth one down. Hold on.
What?
Sorry about that. And his
that's
is
a
rare.
Football player.
That's Russ Steger. Fifth one down. Let's see. Maybe go back up.
Number. There's only 14, and half of these are not.
Anyone named back a page, he said. Apparently passed.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Fifth one down. Fifth row, fifth item. I mean,
right there, that white rare sign, Minnesota.
Oh, that might be it. That's cool.
Yeah. Is that the one, Artie Mike? Rare sign. Is this the first page, Travis?
This is.
Yeah, he just wrote. Yeah. Oh, that's it. That is it. Yep, that's the one. He said that's it.
Okay.
Very cool.
Yeah, 6 years ago, sold for $95.
Yeah.
Might be signed by the dogs too. I'm not sure why they're circling these other things. Like, hey, Jeffy the dog signed over here. Not really sure what's going on.
Time flies when you're having fun, Janet. Right? It flies for us too. It's unbelievable.
Is it time? Okay, man, another good one.
Yeah. No, Janet just said she blinked and 4 hours have gone by.
Something
like that.
Was it 4 hours?
No,
Was it?
almost half of that though. That's another solid 2 though.
Well, she might have done a live for 2 hours prior to ours.
That's very true. I can't wait to check that out, by the way, Janet.
Yeah, you might want to put a cap on purchases from one person, Janet.
It's going to be dangerous. I have a feeling it's going to be a very dangerous venture. Oh,
thanks,
since
Artie.
the premiere, that's right. 3 hours, right? I think it was 6. But close enough.
Who's counting?
You're welcome, Artie. Go get some sleep. He goes, I'm leaving now.
Get out.
You sure? You sure?
Get out.
Going once. Going twice. Well, I know out west in Colorado, it's probably dinner time. You might have even mentioned it. Are we even talking? Are we even talking dinner at this point? Is dinner even an option? Are we on Are we on?
I'm outside of the window. Yeah. I'm outside the window, but I haven't seen my wife today.
Oh, no.
Let's see how you've actually talked to her more than I have.
You got to.
So I'm gonna go see if what's going on with her today.
Yep, that sounds good. Yeah, Janet was saying since the premiere, we came on at 7 and at 6 we had that premiere for the What's Sold video. So that's awesome. Janet's been watching for 3 hours. I really appreciate that. Janet, I'm going to check out your channel probably as soon as I close out of this show. I just want to make sure we didn't miss anybody. I think everybody got their requests answered. Paul, I'll look out for that email, please. Artie Mike, I got your email. And Janet, I got your email.
Grail Fairy, I'll look out for those things I mentioned today.
Yes. You too, Eric. Thanks so much. All right, guys. Thanks again. Thanks so much, Travis. Thanks for spending the time with me. I really appreciate it. Fountain of knowledge. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks. We'll be back next Monday. Take care, everybody. Good night.
See ya.
Take care.